You're watching 48 Fastcast.
Good afternoon. On this Wednesday, I'm Margot Gray with your 48 Fastcast. This is our digital version of your top headlines in a short, fast newscast, so we can get you out of here quickly. So we start in DeKalb County this afternoon, where a DeKalb County school employee was arrested on child pornography charges over in Georgia. So officials say Michael Brown was taken into custody in Chattooga County, Georgia. Brown is facing charges related to producing and distributing child pornography, as well as recording people without their consent. So the school system's website showed Brown working as a computer technician, and officials say he was removed from that position. Meantime, another DeKalb County man was arrested after he allegedly beat a woman. Get this, though, with a vegetable can. Deputies responded to a call in the Powell community regarding this assault. When they arrived, they found the woman with serious injuries, including broken facial bones and major contusions. Authorities were able to track down James Wooten and charge him with assault, DUI, and attempting to elude. Well, following 3 days of deliberation, Sean Diddy Combs acquitted of most crimes in his sex trafficking trial. So the jury found Combs guilty on 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. He was found not guilty of racketeering conspiracy and 2 counts of sex trafficking. Combs has denied all allegations since the trial started. The maximum penalty for each of the 2 guilty counts is 10 years in prison and a fine, but Combs' defense team says under federal sentencing guidelines, he is more likely to face 21 to 27 months in prison.
Rain-free as expected, a light north wind out there too. It's still hot though, and it's only going to get hotter. The humidity starts coming back over the holiday weekend too. Quick look at radar, nothing on it. We've got some insects being picked up. That's what those little blue dot dashes are. That's it. Current temperatures close to 90 degrees. It's now 92 in Huntsville, so prepare for very hot weather. Actually, we were going about 89 today, and I think we're gonna have to adjust some of those temperatures on that 10-day forecast. We'll be doing that coming up, but just hot and dry out there for your grilling weather this evening. Many of you are going to be poolside or lakeside as we go through the next 3 days. Enjoy, but make sure you're staying hydrated. 91 Thursday, 4th of July, 93. I think we're probably going to adjust those back up closer to 95 and maybe 96 based on what's happening out there today. Much more on your forecast, including the next 10 days coming up.
All right. Well, the main lock at Wilson Dam is finally open again after months of repairs. A timeline on what that dam will look like in the future coming up next on your 48 Fastcast. All right, welcome back. After months of repairs, the main lock at Wilson Dam reopened this morning. So crews finished the final safety checks yesterday, reopening the lock a few days ahead of schedule. The lock was closed in September after cracks were found in the chamber gates, costing about $20 million to repair. An engineer says they will now be able to get through the long queue of ships they have lined up, waiting to get through. As of now, they're almost 3 weeks behind schedule on that.
The first lockages will probably be the temporary long wall barges and the rocket ship, the ULA boat. And then for the next 20 or so hours, we're going to lock product upriver, and we'll start locking the empty barges down tomorrow.
So the lock will eventually close again in mid-July, but this time it will only be for 2 weeks.
Now, your first alert weather with Chief Meteorologist Brad Travis.
A hot one out there today, already in the low 90s, and will continue to climb in some areas. A few high clouds out to the west should make for a pretty nice sunset out there. It'll filter it out. Should see a lot of orange to that right around 7:50 to 8 o'clock. A few showers down here near Montgomery and Auburn and over to Jackson, Mississippi, and along the Gulf Coast. But overall, pretty nice weather area-wide. For tomorrow, your Thursday, still looking at a northeast wind, dry air, and I think it's going to get hot again, kind of like today. We're going to go a high of 93 now. Rain chances, they're just pretty non-existent, and we've taken it out of the forecast for Sunday now too. I can't rule out a rogue isolated renegade shower, but the chances for rain are extremely low all the way through Sunday, and Monday will go back to about 20%. Here's a look at your Friday. This is again the 4th of July, the morning hours. If you're going to be traveling, things look pretty good from here all the way to the Gulf Coast and even up to the Smoky Mountains. A few more clouds there. One thing we're watching is a coastal area low pressure that could develop off the coast of Georgia and South Carolina, but right now it doesn't look like it has any impact whatsoever on our Gulf Coast community. As far as the temperatures by Friday afternoon, 5 o'clock around 92. I think we're going to hit 95 in a few areas, so very hot weather. Make sure you're taking those heat precautions and never leave your pets or children in a car, especially with the heat out there. In fact, you should never do that anyway, but there have already been a lot of heat-related fatalities with children left in cars this year. Here's a look at your 10-day forecast. We're looking at 95 now for the 4th of July, 95 Saturday, 93 Sunday, and the beat goes on all into next week. The humidity starts coming back over the weekend, so the heat index will climb back up close to 100 degrees. We're going to be needing some rain by next week.
Well, that'll do it for your Fast Cast. We'll be back here online in just a few minutes with Before the 4 with AJ Weist. Don't forget to join us back here on TV, though, at 4 o'clock for our newscast. And WAFF 48 News 5, 6, and 10. We'll have some breaking news for you, I'm sure. We'll have you covered. Have a good afternoon.